Okay, we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wealth Check Wednesday. I'm so grateful to be here with my two colleagues, Angel Chandler and Paul Capozio. We really wanted tonight to do a little recap of what to look for. So many people are looking for extra income right now, residual income. Everyone needs a little something, right? And there are a lot of people looking, and there's so much out there. There's so much coming at you. How do you choose what is best for you? So I really wanted to I want to have both Paul and Angel introduce themselves. We're going to go to Paul first. Angel is sharing this out there, so thank you for doing that, Angel. And Paul, if you could tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Well, first of all, I don't know how to do the whole sharing of social media, so I have to do this after the recording's over. So I'm jealous of what Angel's doing. But my name is Paul Capozio. I live in New Jersey, so don't hold that against me. But worked many years in many different jobs, from construction all the way out to winding up managing a 1.5 billion with a B dollar company out of New York City. We were in the alternative finance space. I was a president of sales and marketing for that company. We were publicly traded, and I learned quite a bit. Fast forward, retired, semi-retired, I don't know, about 10, 15 years ago. And then about six and a half years ago, came across network marketing, came across direct sales, came across whatever you want to call what we do. And really primarily as a customer, a company that had a very, very unique product, which is one of the things we're going to talk about, that really kind of caught my eye, and I felt it was different. I felt it was unique. I felt it was easy for people to be able to duplicate. But I started out really just loving this product. And from there, we expanded and grew this thing into, I think our first year in business back in 2018, we did about 60 million and grew from there. So I understood the growth and I saw the growth potential. So a lot of my old instincts kicked in. And we're going to try to give you guys some of that coaching and training with a little bit of different point of view, not coming from inside the industry, coming from outside the industry and giving you different techniques, looking for different warning signs. Because some of the stuff we're going to talk about tonight about some of these companies in crises and some of these companies that are making some drastic changes or quick mid-course corrections that are hurting a lot of people, it's really because of inexperience in managing a business. Just because you're a great salesperson or you found a great product at some trade show and slapped the label on it does not mean you could run a multi-million-dollar or billion-dollar company. You could have explosive growth, but sustainability is, I think, what a lot of people are looking for. So I'm going to hand it back to you, Peg. But I hope that gave people a little bit of insight of where I'm coming from.
Yeah, Paul, it's one of the things that I love working with you because of your perspective comes from outside of the industry, but then you take that perspective from outside the industry and have created just tremendous success within this industry. So I think it's a very special and unique thing that you have to offer. And people can find, I just want to throw this out there right now. People can find us. They can find Angel and Paul and myself and Danny Licciardi on lionpride.com. I will put the banner up for that for you. So, as you're listening to Paul and Angel, remember that you can get more coaching from them. We have a free coaching.
Let's say for free. If you look behind me, the 4 Elements training, there's a lot of free, truly free stuff because we want to kind of give back to the industry. And the Peg page is live, but a lot of the content's not up there yet. But Peg's got a page, and Peg's the only one that has her individual page yet. It's just not fully built out. But we're getting there every single day, and all of these recordings will be there. Plus a lot of other individual training, some quick stuff, some long stuff. There's a podcast called The Lion's Den. Go in there and listen to a podcast. Go ahead. Back to you, Peg.
Thank you, Paul. So, Angel, can you introduce yourself and tell everyone a little? I absolutely adore working with both of you, Angel. We've become such good friends through this business. So, if you could tell everyone a little bit about yourself.
For sure. I didn't know if Paul was going to stop talking about himself and allow me to introduce myself. I was like, here we go. All right. Half an hour has gone by and I haven't said a word. I'm just joking. I adore you guys and I love working with you. My name is Angel Chandler. I have been in the network marketing profession for 12 years. It found me, and I'm so grateful for that. It's been an incredible journey of personal development, writing courses, coaching people, I was a branding strategist, so many things that happen within network marketing. I'm a full-time single mom of 2 kiddos up here in Canada, headed down to Florida soon. But prior to that, and it's interesting talking about the podcast, Paul and I actually just recorded a podcast that we just posted up on the site. And I really encourage you to go listen to it. It's all about diversification and in network marketing, right? How you can build a global business, how you can take risk in different countries and protect your risk with others where it's growing bigger. So my background, it started out in finances. I traded mutual funds, I did investing, and then I became a paralegal. It's like the biggest whirlwind of like, how did she end up there? But I was a paralegal for 15 years. So I left the legal profession for network marketing. And when I found it, it was the best thing I could have ever wanted. At that time, I was a stay-at-home mom with a 6-month-old and a 5-year-old at home. And fast forward to now, 12 years later, just the freedom it has afforded me to be able to be present for my kids as a single mom isn't something you can put a price on. Sure, you can write your own paycheck, you can work your own hours, you can do all of that, but they've never, and it's almost to like the bad side of it where they just take advantage of me so much. But I've always been there. I've always been there to go to the school stuff. I've always been able to go and get them if they're sick. I've always been here, right? And that's a gift from God that I can't even say how grateful I am for, because that's all I ever wanted. And most parents, I understand what a blessing that is. And so this profession has given that to me. And I love this conversation tonight to really talk about, I think we all come from very, we're good people, right? Like we want this profession to be what it should be and to be handled and talked about the way that it should be, and to really kind of like, keep the sleazy out of it. So I'm excited for tonight to be able to help people out to really understand what it is. And you just heard my Canadian accent in that out.
Angel, thank you so much. And what Angel didn't share with you, I'll tell you, getting to work with with excellence is really something that I value greatly, because there's not a day that goes by that I don't talk to Angel that I just don't get like a wow. And Paul, both of them, I'm just like, oh my God. And I'll text them back. You guys are amazing. So, it's getting to work with people who are not only brilliant, but seeing your potential is one of the greatest gifts of this industry to me. So bear with me here. I'm going to share my.
While you're sharing something, Peg,
yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about Peg Tucker, because I've been working with Peg Tucker for about almost 5, maybe 6 years now. And let's put it this way. Her expertise and her ability to create attraction marketing through network, through social media, TikTok. Let's put it this way. Just yesterday, one TikTok, 40,000 views, 400 requests for information. So don't let her fool you. She's sneaky good, and she praises us, and she's really good at edification. But you got a woman here who puts some big numbers on the board. And that's something to really, really talk about. So you could learn just from following her. Steal from us, guys. We don't care. Steal from us. People, well, go ahead. I got a lot to say, but I'm not going to do it, because God forbid.
Thank you. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate it. I appreciate that like I said, you seeing the potential in me.
We see it. We see it. And there's more than potential. It's action.
It's there.
It's there, yeah. So, and my being able to pass that forward is the greatest part of it too. So, what we want to talk to you about tonight is the future is in your palm of your hands. We do our business on our phone. That's what this means, right? I mean, yes. Right now, I'm sitting in front of my desktop, but primarily, it's right in the palm of your hands. So, we just want to show you the things that you want to look for in looking for a home-based business. So hang on one sec here. Okay. So the 5 pillars. Now we take screenshots of this. Please, as Paul said, steal our stuff, right? If you want to present, if you're in this industry and you want to present to your team, steal our stuff. We're happy with that. This is one of the reasons why we do the Lion Pride, right? So the 5 pillars of what you want to look for. It's timing, unique products, leadership, compensation plan that pays, and company vision. And these, if you find all 5 of these things, you're in a good place. So pillar number 1, what does perfect timing in a home business mean? What a lot of people think it's ground floor, right? Take a screenshot of this. Is the company established or successful? What are the annual sales? And is there room for growth for you within this company? So Paul, I'd love for you to take these first 2 slides and talk about from your perspective, the timing, why it's important.
Look, I think a lot of people think perfect timing is, your friend gets into network marketing or gets into a home-based business and it should be the perfect time for you because you're all excited. And, oh my God, we can work together and everything. Wrong. That's not perfect timing. Perfect timing is not you get into a home-based business, you walk out your front door because they tell you, make a list of everybody you know, who do you know named Peter, who do you know named Paul, and you walk out your door and you make a left and you go to your first neighbor. What are the odds that that person is really looking for the opportunity at the same time or day that you created one? So there's a lot of, I think, old techniques that come out of, believe it or not, early stockbrokers and Payne Weber and about, making a list of your friends and trying to recruit them or trying to bring them into your business. And to be honest with you, the cold market is where it's at. Ground floor really is a company that is new enough that there is tremendous growth potential, because a lot of people I know with our company never even heard of our company. I deal with people all over the world and I never heard of this company. I've been in network marketing for 30 years, never even heard of you guys. So that's important, but it's got to be strong enough. Our first year of sales, and I'm only using my company because I know the stats in my head. I do know some other companies, but our first year in business, we did 60 million. That's practically unheard of. I think only one other company in the history of network marketing over 20 years ago did more than that in their first year. What does that mean? It means the company did not have to take on debt. It did not have to go borrow money, leverage in their business, sell stock, and have somebody who was controlling the purse strings of the company that wasn't in the company, right? A finance company. First money in is the first money out. That does not serve a distributor well. Some of the other things you got to think about is the vision of the company. Like, where's that company going? And I think we get to that a little bit later, correct? So you should see some of these things up front, but the thing is, it's not because your company went out of business and your girlfriend's going to this other company, so you're going to go with her too. That's not a business decision. Yeah, Angel, did you say you wanted? Oh, that's not a business decision. A business decision truly is that you've evaluated a company based on your needs, not the fact that you could work together with. Now, leadership is important, but a lot of people just reshuffle the deck and say, well, I'm going to get in first and then you come in under me this time. And all of those things are not the basis for building a business. What's building a business, especially perfect timing, is the right company that still has a lot of room to run.
Yeah, thank you, Paul. Do you want to cover a few of the things here as far as just the timing in our
Sure. So one of the other things in timing is where we are in the economy. And our industry does very well in a poor economy. It does very well in other countries. So here's what I would tell you, and this is a slide that we use about a recession. Stop talking about being a 6. I'm a 7-figure earner myself. Stop talking about that because it's really hard. Even me never dreamed I would reach the levels that I'm reaching. In fact, it seemed ridiculous to me because I didn't understand the industry. I didn't understand duplication. What I did understand is that in a recession or in a really bad economy, whether you want to believe it or not, you're in a bad economy, right? So I think ground beef this year for 4th of July hamburgers is 40% more than it was a couple of years ago. Okay. Hot dogs are 38% more. The only thing that went down is cheese for some reason, but everything else is up anywhere in excess of 18 to 45, 50%. Now, what this industry can do for you very quickly, if you have good leadership, which we're going to talk about next, is outpacing inflation. I want you to start there. Stop dreaming about Ferraris. Stop looking at some guy who rented a Ferrari or rented a Learjet, for the day to do a photo shoot. What I want you to do is think about How are you going to cut your car bill in half? How are you going to not worry about pulling up to the gas pump? And you can complain about the price, but you're still going to fill your tank because you have the extra money. Let's start there. This business can do this for millions and millions of people, literally within 30 to 60 days, if you take it seriously and listen to the people who are coaching you and have been there before you. Start there. Then we'll talk about making millions.
Yeah. Thank you, Paul. I just want to add to that. You had a post today about what you were doing in 1987. And my answer was in 87, we got married. We went to the Dominican Republic on our honeymoon and we bought our first home. That is not attainable for my kids at the same age. It's not doable in this. So we are in a different time. It's a different economy, and people really need this. So pillar number 2, that what you want to look for is a unique product line, right? So how does the product stand out in your market? Are there testimonials being shared? Who's your competition? Do you have competition? Is your competition Amazon? Like, how do you compete with Amazon, right? How do you compete with Walmart? Is it consumable? Is it something someone's going to be ordering every month? Will it create residual passive income? And is the product uniquely fulfilling a need in the marketplace? So, Angel, I would love for you to cover what you feel about the importance of the product line.
Well, the product line, everything you said is so crucial. I want to quickly add to that last conversation, talking about the economy and everything. For me, it's those moments where somebody can pay for Christmas with their commissions. Somebody can go into their wallet in their back office and withdraw if they want to put their kids into soccer. It's just those little things that I think a lot of people go from thinking, oh, okay, network marketing. And I hear all these people, sorry, I said it, but all these people talk about money. Okay, what if it's just those little things? What if we're just helping you to offset that inflation, right? So, and Peg, you have a great story about how you paid off your debt, right? Like it's what do those situations create for you emotionally? And that's what we really love to hear. So when I hear people say, oh my gosh, I paid for Christmas this year with the commissions some people might be, well, that's not very much. Guess what? To a family with kids, that's a lot. Like that's huge. The first year I was able to do that with my commissions, it blew me away. And so, yeah, so that's huge. So talking about products, absolutely. I mean, you don't want to be competing with absolutely everybody. You don't want to have, 10 different reps down your block selling the exact same thing. You don't want to be hearing, oh, well, you're the 15th person to share this product with me. You don't want people to be able to go onto Amazon and be able to get something that's comparable, because even if we know network marketing products are fantastic, great ingredients, but even if there's something that sounds similar, they'll go pay on Amazon to avoid you and to get a cheaper price. Right. So you really need to take a look, and absolutely it has to work. And absolutely it has to be something that people are consuming on a regular basis. Are they ordering every single month? Is it producing repeat customers, repeat business? And is it giving your team volume so you're building that residual? So what is the quality of the products? Are they going to last? Is there always going to be a need for them? You use our company, for example, hormone health. Well, guess what? There's never going to be a time where there's anybody on the planet without any hormones, right? And we all start losing them and they all go out of whack, whether you're man or woman. Hormone balance is key in life. And we see that in the testimonials that we see. So do your research. Don't just get excited because somebody told you that this is the next best thing. Like I saw something, I'm not going to obviously out the company, but the product to me boggled my mind because it was a drink and it's in a can. And I know how much that costs to ship, especially if you're a network marketer. And I'm just like, are you like, no, like really do your research to understand. I used to do that. Like, trust me, my first company, we had an energy drink and I had hundreds of dollars of product stocked in my storage room that I never even got to because I wasn't doing it the smart way, right? So we're saying this from experience. So when we come, we're not saying do this, this, and this because we know everything. No, we learned everything. Paul's a little bit of an anomaly, right? He got lucky with his first, maybe it's because of your hat. He got lucky with his first business and really had success, but he sustained that. And it's because of Paul's background and who he is in a business stance is why I was like, I can partner with this guy. And I like the way that there's a different bit of thinking, right? So that's what we really want to bring into conversations and training, is something a little bit different, having you start to think differently before you jump in and have any regrets like we may have had in the past, or spent money, or just, avoid those failures if you can.
Yeah. And I love what you said, Angel, about, about having a garage full of product, right? That's another thing when you're talking about the product. You want to make sure that you're not stocking product, right? So I want to go on to one of my favorite topics, which is leadership. And as you can see, we work together, and I have amazing leadership. So it's really, it's one of the things that's really changed my life, because being, like I said, being pushed, having someone see your potential, and being pushed if you want to be pushed, right? Which I do. I like growth, and I think liking growth is something that's really imperative in this business, right? So a lot of people overlook the importance of leadership. As Paul said, a lot of people will sign up with their best friend thinking, yeah, let's do this together, and not looking at who's leading them. Like, does someone have experience? Does someone know what they're doing? Are there systems that are easy to follow? And what experience does the leadership have? What do they bring to the table? And do they share it? Do they share what they did? Right? Or are they sharing something that is cliche in the industry that is not how they built their business? That's very important. Having that conversation with your leadership, and having leadership that leads by example. So Paul, I would love for you to take over this slide.
Sure. You said something absolutely brilliant. A lot of people will try to coach you and train you as quote unquote leaders, telling you how to build, and that's not how they built. They did not build that way. And you need to understand to make sure that who's coaching you, and did they build the way they're telling you to build? Or are they telling you to go cold market, but meanwhile they came over in a group of people from another company who just went out of business, right? So it's very difficult to not have gone through the mud to be able to coach people how to get out of the mud. That's number one. I built literally from scratch on an inside of an inside leg, if you know anything about binaries, and went to work. My sponsor quit. Okay, and I was still able to get to the top of the comp plan and the top of the compensation, and with top paid people in the company. Here's what you got to take away from this: leaders build more leaders. That's your main goal. It's not being the superstar. It's not being we edify each other here. Why? Not because we want to do nice and treat nice, peg nice, and talk nice, say nice things about Angel. They are leaders. And the more angels and pegs that you have, the more your business is going to grow. If you try to be the superstar because you think that's what's going to do it, your business will not grow. You'll be rebuilding the business every 2 years as people quit because you're not letting people reach. I have the potential of people in my Asia team to actually earn more money this year than I did. I don't know if they'll do it, but I tell you what, it lights a fire under my ass. So also another thing is, leadership is not dictatorship, right? Leadership is not dictatorship, and leaders create more leaders. Mm-hmm. So what are you doing to create more leaders? Who are you identifying in your organization? Think of it like a chessboard. Who has what potential for movement? How do they move? How limited are their ability to move? Know who your team members are and grow them. Literally grow them. This is not an overnight success business. If you're going to be in this thing and make real money in the business, right, you need to grow people. And you need to focus on their paycheck. My focus is not on my paycheck. My focus is on my team's paycheck. The more money they make, we talk about residual income and building the business and making money forever. The only way that's going to happen is if your people are happy enough. How about this? I love fuzzy handcuffs. And I'm not talking about the sexy ones. I love comfortable handcuffs. And what do I mean by fuzzy handcuffs? What I mean by fuzzy handcuffs are, if you're working with me And let's say I say something stupid one day and I upset you, but you're making more money than you ever made in your lifetime or ever made in network marketing, or you have the potential and you see the potential that one day that switch is going to flip for you. Are you going to leave for the next shiny object? Because somebody said we have this great new green pill or this blue pill or this whatever. Unique product is very, very hard to find. Extremely hard to find. Because most people are not focused on the 5 pillars. They're focused on, I got this team of people and I need to do something with them, so let me make a company. That's normally how network marketing companies start. And I know this may be pissing off people in the industry. I really don't care, because there are people suffering in the US right now who love the industry and can't make it happen because they're getting the wrong information.
Yeah, I love that, Paul, because what you're saying, I mean, about leading from the front and making other people leaders, that is definitely the way that you lead, and you set that example so that the rest of us can do the same thing, and that's the way you build.
Put your ego in your wallet. Don't worry about if you got to go on stage first or you want to go on stage last, and who's going to speak first and who's going to speak last. Speaking is a celebration. Training, coaching, growth is really where this business is built. It's the day-to-day that's important.
Yeah. And I know the way you look at it is you don't get people to build your business. You build the people, and the people.
Absolutely, without a doubt. Because listen, think about it this way, and I know we're going to run long as usual. Most companies have so much information on product and they have training courses and all. So if you build the people, they can get the rest of that information somewhere. There are people in our organization that if there's a new promotion or something going on and I'm trying to coach on it and mention like, what's the new promotion? How many days do you have to do it? And there will be always someone on that Zoom that has all the information at their fingertips. So I don't need to have it. Right? Mm-hmm. Albert Einstein said he didn't even know his own phone number, because why would he take up space in his brain for something that he easily look up when he needs that room for more, important information.
Yeah, absolutely. So this next slide is really important, because it is what people are looking for. We're looking for compensation as well, right? We're building people, we're building each other, we're having fun, we're sharing great products, but we're also looking for compensation, right? So how many ways can you get paid, right? Is the compensation plan generous? Take a screenshot of this and the next one so that you can have this for reference and you can share it. So is the comp plan changing constantly? Do you understand the basics, and is it volume based or performance based? And is it, and that's something I'd like to add to this, is it real? This might piss some people off, but there's something going around right now that that claims that you can make $900 a day, I believe it is, for 2 hours a day work. And I'm like, come on, like, are you going to be an instant brain surgeon, rocket scientist? What, is it real?
You want me working on your brain, Peg?
So, you want something that is real, that is factual, that has some basis to it. So Angel, if you would take over here and talk a little about.
Well, I got some good ones too. So leave some room for me, because I want to take shots.
For sure, absolutely. And I'll leave all that part up to you. I'll just speak from experience, and because we are going long, I'll keep my part short. But really, guys, I used to be that person. Even as I came into my current company, I was that person that was like, I don't know the comp plan, I just know I get paid. Somebody would want the details on the comp plan, I'd send a tool. They'd ask me to explain it, I'd have to get somebody else on a call, because that was my mindset. I didn't understand the importance of knowing your comp plan until Paul sat me down last summer on a Zoom and went through our comp plan with me, and I understood it. And then there's something that clicks in your head when you know what you have to hit to get to this point, and what you were missing in other companies that this one has, or how to make it work. And as Paul says sometimes, like, how to maximize the compensation plan, right? If you're going to do this all out, do it all out and understand. So take that time. Don't find it intimidating. It's not. Just understand how you get paid, and for sure understand if there's loopholes. Is it a monthly thing? Do you have to have a quota? Are you going to lose your elite status or something like that every single month and have to rebuild? Because that's really the opposite of residual. And I can tell you guys that if you are looking at a comp plan, any three of us would be happy to help you take a look at that comp plan. Because these people right here understand how to get paid in network marketing. And we would love just to be like, hey, this is really good. You can make some good bank here. Or, hey, I'd watch out because these few things here are red flags, right? And I was in a company, I built a large organization. They changed the comp plan. They lied about it. Everybody's check got cut in half and the entire team dissipated within months, right? That's not what you want to have happen. So I've learned from experience. I've also learned from ignorance. So this is something that I really encourage you. Just take the time. Just even if you understand the basics, but you have a good support like I have with Paul to be able to say, what is that one thing again? Or what would you do if this person wants to build this way? That's what you want. So Paul, go ahead.
Look, most people that I talk to, and I've spoken to six-figure or supposedly six-figure earners in comparing comp plans, and they just say, we have the best comp plan out there, and this is the best comp plan out there. And I'm like, okay, let's go through it. We were dealing with that guy in Japan, and it was a 10-year, he's been with the company 10 years, didn't even know his own comp plan, right? So that I find interesting because it's true. You can't build properly or build to your style if you know the comp plan. If you are a customer gatherer versus a distributor enroller, right? Your comp plan should reward you for that. And there are comp plans who don't necessarily reward you for that and vice versa. That's why finding a 5-level or something like that, some people like, I hate binaries or I hate unilevels. Well, there are pluses and minuses to each one. And usually what I've truly found is that the people who are in unilevels love unilevels, and the people who are in binaries love binaries until they finally said, well, I was in a unilevel and then I went to a binary and I loved it. So it's because we want to have pride in what we do, but this is business. This is business. So when you're evaluating it for yourself, stop worrying about your sales pitch and how you're going to present this to people and start worrying about what it's going to mean to you, number one. Number two, there's a lot of switch now where companies are going from, oh, we're going to affiliate and it's going to be, because the new market is affiliate. No, guys, that's a comp plan change. They're going to go from paying 7 levels down in check match and doing volume to just paying 2. So most companies that are instituting this flip-flop, the spin is, well, there's more affiliates out there. Not true. You think somebody who is selling stuff on Amazon and Amazon affiliate is going to go to just vitamins or just a lipstick or no. When most people are in that, they're spending a lot of money on Facebook ads, right? You can't do Facebook ads for network marketing. So don't fall for everything. Network marketing, multi-level marketing, whatever you want to call it, is a specific business model that has the potential for tremendous growth if it's done right. It's not a scam. And to say, and also I love these other companies that, well, we're not network marketing, we're this, or, look, there's a network marketing company out there that was doing quite well for a while, never paying their people on the product. So imagine joining a company, creating customers for that company and never getting paid on any of that product. Why would you do that? Would you go work for a car dealership and not make any money on the actual car that's being sold? Like, why would you do that to yourself? It's just because and I really think that company had some instant success because people weren't trained properly and people learned to hate the industry because many people, and you may be listening to this, sold people a bullshit story about what this business really was. Do you know that we're experiencing a lull in the United States? Not just every single company. My growth exists outside the US right now. It'll come back in 2 years. If you want, go to Lion Pride Academy and you'll find out why it's coming back in 2 years. But I'm really adamant about this, even if we don't get to the other slides, girls. You have to realize that many of these things that we're talking about right now, many of these plans and these things about not building the proper business, or what happened during COVID, was so many people were interested in our industry. They loved the idea of it. And people told them they're going to make a lot of money really quickly. They signed them up and then left them to be, or had no idea how to train or coach them, or put too many people into their business without the ability to support them. So now we have over 1 million or 2 million people in the US right now who have a bad taste about our industry again because you were too greedy to build it properly. I could show you how to build this business with 4 superstars, way better than putting 100 people in that have no clue what they're doing, did an impulse buy, right? And got excited about it for a moment, right? And then you ever have anybody join up and then 24 hours later, like, I don't think I want to do this because that was an impulse buy, right? It's buyer's remorse. You should have never sponsored that person. You did not take them through the proper process. You wasted your time because you want somebody who's breathing instead of somebody who's going to be successful. Go ahead. Sorry, Peg.
So no, such good points. Such good points, Paul. It's so true in what you said about what happened in 2020 and so many people jumping in because they had the time, right? And yeah, so and they didn't succeed because they never meant to be here in the first place.
Not only that, or they were recruited by somebody, they had the potential, they wanted to learn, but that person was so busy trying to bring on other people to get some first bonus, right? And make the quick money that they never sat back and said, you know, what could I do? I could build a business that'll sustain myself and my family for the rest of my life if I do it right.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Paul.
With the 5 pillars, right? The right company, unique products, the whole 9 yards.
Yep. So take a screenshot of this picture, this slide, because
you'll see me before I lost the weight too in that picture there. Well, I'm halfway in that picture. That's Costa Rica.
It's one of the biggest things. I think it's my favorite part is the company vision, and because I think everything.
The biggest things in the picture.
What's no, not you, Paul. The company vision and the accessibility to your corporate. I had something in my marketing that I had a question today, and kudos to Sean Spainhour. I was able to chat with him and fine tune what I was doing. To be able to talk to the marketing department, like where do you get that, right? So to have that kind of accessibility and them being consistent in their message and what is their long-term vision. And, we just came back, giving back to the community. We just came back from a trip where we worked for some people rebuilding a school that we are holding in prayer right now because they're in Jamaica and they are getting hit very hard. Luckily, they're on the other coast where the storm is coming in. So, but we are sending prayers to the entire island. But Paul, I was going to ask you if you would go over this slide, and then Angel, if you would close us out. So, if you would talk a little bit about why company vision is important, Paul.
Sure. So if you look in the picture, the guy with his arm around me is the owner of our company. Okay, and it's important for you to develop or reach a level of success that you're able to have that relationship. And what I love about this guy is he makes that available to everyone. I mean, all of you have had, personal time with him, significant personal time with him, lunches, whatever, right? That gives you an idea to hear the person's voice and what they're looking to do. His true vision, and this is what you need to look for in a company, is an ongoing vision. The company was looking to be sold twice. Many companies get bought and sold, right? That changes the philosophy and the vision of a company because it goes from being someone's personal baby and dream onto some basically corporate, entity, which has happened to a lot of the big companies. We're sitting there. Everyone at that table that you just saw has made over $1 million in the business or more, right? To sit at that table. And we're talking about what we needed from the company, what our teams need, what his vision is, where we going. It only took about an hour in Costa Rica. And we do that probably every 3 months. It's just nice to do it in Jamaica or Costa Rica or Mexico. It's really nice to do that meeting there. We always tend to have it there to celebrate and show our appreciation. But you need to know what the vision of your company is. And do you align with that vision? Politically, socially, do you really want to look? I don't care what your political persuasion is. I don't care what your social justice feelings are, but do you align with the company that you're working for? Do you have similar belief systems? maybe my company is not for you. Maybe another company is for you. Maybe their vision and their mission is more aligned with you. And then you have to say, okay, this is my business. How much of that do I need? How much do I need a mission as well as a good comp plan, good leadership, unique product line, et cetera, which is the 5 pillars. So Angel, thank you so much for allowing me to speak. Peg, thank you so much for having me on your show. And I'm going to kick it back to you guys. And I'm sorry I get passionate about the BS in the business, but so many people are getting hurt, and so many people just can do so well here, even just outpacing inflation. Get you to make $500 to $1,500 a month is so doable if you follow a simple system and you have a little bit of, gumption.
Yeah. Paul, I just want to say, don't ever apologize for your passion, because I'll never apologize for your passion. So Angel, if you would just close this out, and I'm going to put up the, you do have a presentation tonight, so I'll put up a banner about that. And if you could take us out.
Of course, I would love to. Thank you so much, Peg. And thank you, Paul. I always enjoy doing this with you guys and just kind of bringing a lot of level-headed reality to what we do, and so that people are hearing like real information without the fluff, right? But I like this screen here, guys. Even if you can like just look at it and then close your eyes and just think like, what does it actually feel like to start dreaming again about these things? What do you dream about? Do you need more quality time? You heard me share about how I've been able to be present with my kids as a single mom. Freedom to do it your way. That's huge. Once you don't have to answer to a boss, guys, you don't want to go back to answering to a boss. Travel, college, a bigger home. What is it that you would work towards? What would you love to put a little bit of money aside for? What are some things in a lifestyle that we're not dreaming right now? And I guarantee you there's a lot of people right now that think that this is impossible for them, because when network marketing found me, I was not dreaming. I was surviving. I was existing. I was thinking ahead to what the future looked like, and it looked the same as what I was existing in, just with kids who were growing up, right? So just stop and allow yourself to say, what if I could change my life in 12 months from now? And what if I don't? And which one hurts more? And that's what we want you to feel, because when you feel that pain, if it's the same or worse, we know that nothing's going to go back to being cheap again, ever. We're never going to have that economy where Peg talked about, where it was affordable to go get married, go on a honeymoon, and buy a house all in 1 year. Come on. That's not going to happen now, unless you've made a decision to do something to build your income to whatever that needs to be for you. So the other thing I want to add in is, when we talked about leadership literally in the word leader, are you leading people? And if you don't know how to lead people, are you partnered with people who actually know how to lead? Do they have those systems and strategies? Are you partnering with the right people, or are you partnering with hype because you're a number to somebody and you're a paycheck to them? And when they jump to something else, you're going to say, oh, I'll follow them over there, and I'll follow them over there. We're building something sustainable here. We're still that old school kind of network marketing where we want to do it the way it should be done, where you're building a foundation that you're building on brick by brick to build that residual income so you can do those things that were just on that screen. And that's what we have here. But don't forget that people join you. So be the person that you want other people to become, right? Be the person that can lead people. Be that person that just lets people see a little bit of hope and blessing from you, something that they can reach towards, and build your own brand. Because we're watching right now companies fall apart, companies spring up, celebrities starting things. That's fine, but learn, listen, success leaves clues, basically, okay? So are you learning from people who have created success and who have actually done the do? Or are you jumping all in with somebody who's made you excited? And just like Paul said, 24 hours from now, you may say, what have I done? I don't want this. I don't think I can do this. And why do you feel that way? Because they didn't even allow you to think that you could. So definitely ask. We're always reachable. Is that a word? You could reach out to us and ask us questions anytime. Go to lionprideacademy.com. Go check out that new podcast. It's in the Lion's Den. It's a different way of looking at network marketing. Maybe you are like Paul and you've got that business background. Go and listen to that, because you're going to understand how right now, if a US market is kind of, slow and people are a little bit jaded, how do you take this out to other countries? How do you build with people who are excited and do want that opportunity and are bettering their lives with this and are excited about new products and things that they can share, right? The way you can change lives. You can do it globally. Think globally and you'll change your life. So thank you so much, Peg. This was so good. We went very long.
We did, but it really was awesome. And I appreciate you both so much. And I appreciate everyone on. Please share this with, and save it. And also I want to mention, if you would like to know what Paul and Angel and I do, there's a presentation this evening at 9 p.m. Eastern. It is nulfreedom.com. Please come on there and see the
opportunity. It's annual opportunity.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry.
NUL Freedom was last night's call. NULopportunity.com.
Yes.
So while Meg's fixing that, I'm going to tell you guys, listen, every time you speak, you are auditioning for leadership. So be careful what you say to people and speak like a leader. And remember, it's not about you making us look good. It's about us making you successful. That's a leader. That's a leader, building your paycheck so that you don't have to worry about things falling apart. If you reach down as far as you can, your business will grow to the sky. There it is. NULopportunity.com.
As long as you spelled opportunity correctly.
Yeah, I think so. But opportunity. So NUL Opportunity. Guys, listen, just come in and take a look. Not because you want to join, just you want to see how we present. See what we cover. It usually takes about an hour because we do an in-depth presentation about products and about integration into medical practices and things like that. There's some unique stuff that we talk about. And if my ADD kicks in, poof, you're going to get a lot of stuff.
Thank you so much, guys. I'm just saying goodbye to my TikTok family here. So thank you so much. And everyone have a great night. And we will see you next week.
So long, guys. See you next week.
Happy 4th. Happy 4th, everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Happy 4th, guys.
Make sure you keep all your fingers.